When PRM maybe or maybe not hit my car.
George bowling a cricket ball at my thigh and having a bruise on it for like 2 months.
Matt punched a window in year 10 and his hand started bleeding.
Hopefully formal.
Ellie falling over at the hub in like year 10.
That was mine. No. Okay. I face planted in front of the hub in year 11 and that was really embarrassing.
At Guga, where we were just messing about.
Oh, I'd say the same thing. I had a lot of fun at Guga just hanging out with my friends.
We would have been at Guga when me and Bonnie gave Maddie Michaels food poisoning. My favourite memory was giving Maddie Michaels food poisoning.
I think my least favourite memory was getting food poisoning.
Probably Guga when me and Natalia had to go feed the chickens because she's terrified of them.
Through Guga, I went hiking and got stuck in a big bush of lantana.
It's Guga as well.
Cougar.
Guga survival, some chats I had with Leighton and Matt Wynn. Very good. Yeah.
Probably Guga.
I'm egging all of the dorms at Guga and then egging our own to make us look like a victim.
It's at Guga when Dom ran away.
And Kwasi and I built a town hall in survival for Guga. Took 6 hours and the stick nearly decapitated Squiz.
Guga survival, if you know, you know.
When I cut Bennett's hair in home class.
Semi-formal, yeah, that was fun.
My favourite memory was when we all got suspended as a group.
Being my friends at No Mercy at Unblock.
Free breakfast.
When everyone liked my cousin.
Singing Ice Ice Baby in front of the entire grade at Relationships Incursion.
Getting suspended in like grade 7 for buying a monster off Leighton. Big ups Leighton.
There was an art excursion we went on year 9. I liked that. Being called a majestic angel at Unblock.
When Alicia would carry my bag in grade 8, even though she'd have to, because she's so nice.
Probably leadership camp.
When we first became friends in grade 7 camp.
Year 8 science class.
Sailing.
The year 11 camp.
Probably most of cert art.
Probably falling down the stairs in grade 7 with a moon boot on.
Graduating.
Meeting Abby on the first day of year 7.
Anytime the Grace Water Polo team won a game.
Dance group of Stenfords.
That one time I got a goal at water polo.
Grade 7 handball.
In year 9 food studies when Miss Doza made a whole seating plan just so Amelia and I could sit together.
The pasta incident.
Year 9 food studies.
Handball for like 3 years.
The pasta incident, and also every time Mrs. Shepherd says something dirty in biology without knowing.
Playing touch football.
Playing handball every day in grade 7.
When I sang at Splendor and my voice cracked at the very end, and that was not fun.
Year 11 camp.
Probably whenever I knocked out Keegan and he started bleeding and I gave him a concussion back in year 9 with my water bottle.
Having dance battles in the unblocked bathroom with Liam Anderson.
Favourite memory was Mitchell seeing my judo flipping at Kwasi at Unblock.
Have to be Aaron Ralph asking Isabel Ferguson out on the bus in grade 7.
Just all of year 7.
Germany. Literally all of Germany.
Literally Germany.
All of Germany.
German with Stacey Weller.
German with Stacey Weller. And
Love
everything that has to
Stacey
do with
Weller.
German.
My queen.
Wedgie and Cuda.
Pulling the straps on it.
Pulling him around the pole, tying him up so he couldn't get out.
And watching a teacher untie him while we ran away.
Getting kicked out of jail by Mrs. Irvin. The whole of grade 9 business class with Mr. Curran and Amy.
Probably year 10 English with Mr. Gilliver.
Mr. O'Sullivan.
Mrs. Barnes.
Miss Fernandez, she didn't let me leave chemistry.
Miss McLaren, coolest drama teacher ever.
Miss Beaufoy. And Mrs. Murgard before she left.
Curran or Mr. Shield?
Definitely Mr. Hall. Has to go right there.
Mr. Welling, shout out him.
Oh, Mr. Blair again. I got to give it to him.
Probably Mr. Larson or Prophet Larson. Needs to be upon him. Miss Page and Mr. Still.
Miss Beaufoy.
Helen Shepherd.
Sharky. McRae. Shout out to my mum.
Hines.
Miss Garamy.
Still.
Mr. Shields.
Also Mr. Still.
Mr. Prinsley and Miss Grief.
Miss Moran and Mr. Parry.
Mr. Wellings. He's not a teacher, but he's my rock. I love you, sir.
Paige, my English teacher.
Probably Mr. Fitchnemeyer or Mr. Otto.
Mr. Shield or Mr. Blair.
Mr. Harwood, Miss Crosley, Miss Power, Miss Barnes, and all the support teachers.
Mr. Prinsley.
Mr. Blair, Mr. Prinsley, Mrs. Potter, and Mrs. Barnes.
Mr. Sanford and Miss Van Crosfeld.
Mr. Wellings and Miss Bowden.
Miss Moran.
Mr. Wellings and Miss Sanford.
Miss Lewis and Miss Broaden.
Miss Moran.
Miss Broaden and Miss D.
Mr. Prinsley and Mr. Wellings.
Mrs. Sanford.
Miss Shepherd.
Mr. Bill Gilliver, I love that man.
Miss Sweetman, sadly before she left, yeah.
Most probably Miss Allen.
Oh, Barry Jones.
Definitely Mrs. Allen, she's the goat.
Mr. Blair.
Mr. Scales.
Miss Broughton.
Allen or Mr. McCunnan.
Sir Travis McLaren. Probably Mr. Shield and Mr. Curran.
All my teachers, all of them are just awesome, honestly.
Probably Mr. Prinsloo.
Mr. McCudden.
Mr. Prinsloo as well.
Mr. Prinsloo, aka Papa Prinsloo.
Miss Moran. Miss Lewis.
Miss Beaufoy.
Miss Moran. Mr. Blair.
Miss Broughton.
Mr. Still.
Mrs. Cooper. Mr. Shield, except when he calls me Catherine Wales in front of the entire school. My last name is Withers.
Miss Formosa.
I love Mr. Leach.
Mr. Leach. Miss Magard.
Mr. Still.
Mr. Shield!
I think you know who.
Yeah, it's pretty obvious.
Mr. Prinsloo. Miss Barnes. But you know Miss Crosley's pretty great too, so thanks for everything. Mr. Still and Mr. Shield. Mr. Brown.
Shamaya, and also Miss Layla.
Miss Layla and Miss Tross is my favourite. Oh, my favourite. When Mr. Fukuda sent us a letter to say you should get out of the subject. When I was at Guga on survival and I was shitting on the wooden toilet that we made, but the back of it wasn't covered properly, that Shakira was on our swing that we also made and she saw my shit. I had to sing a solo in grade 8 for my music class and I got forced into it. It was not voluntary. Mr. Gilliver, Mr. Larson, Mrs. Page all sent me out of the class every lesson.
Thinking a wolf cut suited me in year 8 and door dashing Macca's to school and getting suspended for it.
Guga in year 10 when we were like on the floor crying for 2 hours and like eating pasta with our hands.
I got second-hand embarrassment when Jacob, John, Gary DeLue and Harrison James Grills missed the penalty for the final GPL game.
Most embarrassing memory was any single time Mitchell Seamer got the ball in our GPL game because it generally led to absolutely nothing.
Getting backboard blocked by Matthew Mogglebo.
When I did a front flip down the G-block stairs.
When Lenny Rimmer pushed me off a picnic table and had a seizure.
Skipping down the middle of the school singing ABC with Tyler this year.
Probably just year 7 and 8 being a drama kid.
Probably at Guga when I tried peeling an onion with a potato peeler. Probably winning a 100-metre freestyle race, but the stroke was actually breaststroke.
Oh, running up the F block staircase and then cleaning myself up on the side of my head.
Probably like grade 9 camp.
I got a grease trap on Guga because I stood too close to the line.
When I walked into the wrong class twice.
Got tied up to a chair first week of Grace.
Fell off the drama stage with a broken arm in grade 7.
I had a chocolate box and somehow it got all over my shirt and I had to wear it for the whole day.
Having an asthma attack at pickleball.
Probably just falling over any of the cobblestones in the school. Probably accidentally flashing Miss Nurser in my study.
Calling like 2 male teachers mum.
Asking Dion van Rensburg who he liked, him telling me he was gay, and then me telling him that I liked him, and then he blocked me.
First night of Guga, cooking everyone pasta, proceeding to drop the entire thing in the sink and then still serve it up to them and being told that if they die, it's my fault.
Grade 8, my crush asked for my number and I gave him my teams.
Miss Garamy.
Which was Harry Grills. Love ya.
Probably Charlie's Lucy.
Dua Lipa.
Lucy Dry.
George.
I second that.
James Main.
Jack Perkins.
Zach Shields.
Josh Nelson. Liam Anderson.
Mitchell Hecky. Jamie McCarthy. Patrick Connolly.
One of the year 12s.
Luca Armanillo. And shout out to his sister as well.
First crush at Grace didn't happen till year 10 and it was Sophia Heath.
A couple of first crushes, but my probably first crush was Harriet Dawson from year 7.
I think it started in year 10 was Michaela.
Isabella Richardson.
George McLennan. Jake Carsberg. Mitchell Seymour. It was George.
It was Harriet Dawson in year 7, yeah.
Lenny was my first crush, loud and proud.
Thea Cockdean. She left me in grade 8.
Malachi Graham Barrington.
Zach Shields.
Jackson Morris.
Sean Van Breda.
Keenan Martin.
Zane Pendlebury. Jack Lucas. Dylan Mull for sure.
Jackson Morris. Sam Hosking. Heath Brow. Brody Creed.
Isaac Robinson.
Declan Greer.
Chappie Megan, no comment.
Dan Stiss is looking pretty good nowadays.
Oh, you did not say that.
In grade 7, there was like these two twins. So it was one of them. I don't remember their name.
Sophia Kovac-Dean.
Yeah, Isabel Ferguson.
Jake Cosberg.
Jacob Horse. Grade 7, Keenan Martin.
Probably Mr. Otto and Mr. Shield in physics and math.
I'd probably have to say the same, as well as Mr. Prinsloo in home class.
Yeah, definitely Mr. Prinsloo and Mr. Shield.
Oh, Miss Allen, definitely.
Miss Phillips.
Me.
Miss Allen, she was always very supportive of me and my friends and stuff.
Yeah, I have to go with Miss Allen. She helped me through a lot of tough times.
Miss Allen got me out of trouble.
All my friends and obviously Mrs. Allen as well.
Miss Bowden.
Miss Garamy definitely helped, and Mr. T.
Yeah, shout out Rob Wellings.
Yeah, big ups Subaru.
Big ups Rob Wellings as well.
Big ups Crozzo, and love you, Miss Garamy.
Going to Miss Beaufoy, thanks for all that.
Yeah, about the same. Big up Rob Wellings and big up Miss Beaufoy. Thank you.
The Pratt brothers.
Mrs. Broaden. Miss Dozer.
Caffeine.
My mum's lectures.
Probably Mr. Larson in the movie Norbit. It was really good for me.
Probably the Pitch Perfect trilogy.
Probably the GPL, and shout out to my day oneer, James Ellis.